Hi, welcome to Technique Tuesday. Today I'm going to show you how to use Stampin' Up's Stamp-a-ma-jig. I use it a lot now that they've introduced the clear stamps. It saved my butt many times. It saved me a lot of cardstock and errors. So I thought, what better thing to teach you on Technique Tuesday than how to use a Stamp-a-ma-jig. And in doing so, we're going to make this card here. Now, just very quickly, I will show you that all I did was I used up all my scrap designer series papers, well, not all of them, but a lot of them for this card, and cut them all the same length, and then just cut different edges on the bottom. And then I used the Framelits Labels collection, and you know what I did here is to keep them organized is I went to the dollar store and I bought a piece of magnet, and then I just put all my framelits on there, and it just keeps them nicely organized and not flopping all over the place inside the plastic. The stamp set that we're going to use is called Memorable Moments, and it is in the 2012-2013 Idea Book and Catalog. Okay, so let's get started. Now I have pre-cut everything that we need, and I'll show you a little trick here. The one piece that we're going to be stamping on, what I did first there was I actually stamped on a piece of scrap. I stamped the image, and then you can just take your framelit, position it over top, making sure that it's nicely centered, and then just so it doesn't move while going in the big shot, just put a piece of post-it note over top of it. And then when you put it through the big shot, it stays in place, and then it cuts it out nicely so that you're left with, you've got the same edge all the way around the outside. Okay, so what we're going to do, we have my Stamp-a-ma-jig, we have my clear block, and we have the little piece of plastic that comes with your Stamp-a-ma-jig. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start first of all with the word happy, and I'm going to show you. So we're going to have happy birthday, and let's make it a 30th birthday this time. So we've got everything out. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put my stamp on my clear block. Doesn't matter which way that I position it on, which is the beauty. I'm going to lightly just stamp up, stamp. Then I'm going to take my clear plastic sheet, put it down on the table, and I'm going to take my Stamp-a-ma-jig and I'm going to line up the corner so that it's right on the edge of the plastic. Then I'm going to take my stamp set, line up the corner so it's fitting right in the edge. See how that fits nice and snug? So we're just going to put it back there, and then I'm going to stamp, hold everything still, and stamp. And then you'll see how I have the word happy. Then I'm going to take the cardstock that I'm going to stamp onto, and I'm going to position the word happy where I want it to stay. So it doesn't matter if I've positioned my saying on the stamp crooked, doesn't matter, because I'm going to put it how I want on the cardstock. I've got it positioned. Then I'm going to take my Stamp-a-ma-jig. I'm going to put it, line it back up. I'm going to take away the plastic, ink up my stamp, and then I'm going to line it up on my Stamp-a-ma-jig and then stamp. Perfect. So it doesn't matter if I had to put my stamp like it's crooked, doesn't matter how I put it on there because I'm lining it up, it'll perfect fit every time. So I'll show you what I mean. So birthday, I'm just going to randomly stick that in an awkward position. So see how it's not even straight? We're going to stamp, ink it up. I use a different corner of my plastic this time so I don't have to wipe it off. Put it in the edge up, line up the corners. Then I'm going to line up so like so. See how birthday's crooked on here? Then I'm going to position birthday the way I want it to appear on my cardstock. So I have it lined up right where I want it to. And so you'll see how the clear plastic sheet is on at an awkward angle, but that really makes no difference. Take my Stamp-a-ma-jig, line it up on the plastic, hold it down, lift off my plastic, stamp up my stamp set, line it up on my Stamp-a-ma-jig, press it down, voila. Perfect. Now 30. So I'm going to just put one letter on a time. You can line both letters up, but I have found that if I haven't positioned my clear plastic decal on the back of the stamp exactly the way it is on the back, that I can still get crooked. So if I just do one at a time, so we're going to line up again the corners into my Stamp-a-ma-jig, take my stamp set, ink it up, and I'm going to position this. Now I want to remember that it's going to say 3, 0, and 30th. So I'll just move it over a little bit, hold it down, line up my Stamp-a-ma-jig. That's sticking there, a little bit of static cling, because I don't want my cardstock to move. Lift up my clear plastic, ink up my stamp, line it up, and stamp. And now we have the 3. Now we'll do the 0. Put the 0 on, ink it up. I use a different corner this time. Oops, sorry about that. Okay. Okay, so I've got it lined up, ink up my stamp. Okay, then once again I'm going to position the 0 where I want it nicely lined up beside my 3. Put my Stamp-a-ma-jig down again, lift it off. 0, which way did I have it? Okay, ink it up, upside down, line it up, and voila. 30. And now we want the TH, so I'll stick that on there, ink it up. Now I'm without a free corner here, so I'm just going to take my, wipe it off clean, okay, line up my Stamp-a-ma-jig onto the plastic, stamp my corner, put the TH where I want it on the card so it looks good right about there. Once again, line up my corners, plastic sheet to the corners of my black Stamp-a-ma-jig, lift off the plastic. Once again, I'm going to ink up my stamp, line up my corners, and there we go. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and it lined up very nicely. And that's really all there is to it. And then I'm just going to tape it to my paper. Then I'm going to use some dimensionals. Now this is a pretty big die cut, so what I'm going to do is to balance it out so it lifts nicely off of my cardstock. I'm going to use 4 dimensionals and then just take the backing off. And position it over my card. And done. Now if I wanted to, I could always add more ribbon on there, but because I want to keep this card masculine, I'm going to leave it just like that. That's it. And then all you have to do is take your plastic sheet. I just use baby wipes, wipe it off for next time, and you're done. So this and this are miracle workers as far as I'm concerned, making everything that much easier. A little less stressful, more time for stamping. The product number for this is 101049, and it's only $15.50. You can buy it online through my website, www.stampwithlori.com, or you can email me at lori@stampwithlori.com. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you again.